with that today. So to begin, we're going to do just a few body weight exercises, really just to kind of get the heart rate up, get the body ready and warm. And then we're going to go into a full head to toe, full body workout utilizing free weights. So if you want, you can either march in place. I'm going to do some half jacks to just get everything nice and loose and nice and warm. So I'm going to go for, well, we'll say about 30 seconds, okay? And I'm going to go ahead and apologize if you can potentially hear the wind blowing pretty good today. So, all right. So to start with, I'm going to start with the heavier dumbbells because we're going to do 3 lower back body exercises, okay? The first one's going to be lunges. Now, you can do lunges with, again, with just body weight. You can use dumbbells. The big key with lunges with dumbbells or extra weight is to make sure that you take your time and control the movement. I also see quite often people will make the mistake with their lunges to overextend or understride, and they kind of bind themselves up or get themselves a little too far stretched out. So my rule of thumb for people who are learning, especially when you're adding free weights, it's easy to kind of sling your body weight into a lunge. To make sure you know where you're supposed to be. If you're on carpet, it's a little bit easier if you're outside. I start on one knee, keeping my knee directly underneath the hip and shoulders, and then I put my front leg at 90 degrees and look at where my feet are lining up, and that gives me a good idea of where my stride is supposed to be, okay? So I've kind of already marked that spot, so when I do my lunges, I'll be sure that I'm not overstriding and getting too far out in front, and I'm not also binding myself up. All right. So to begin with, we're going to go with some single leg lunges. We're going to be lunging forward and pushing back. If you prefer, you can also do a backwards lunge. That's going to be up to you. So going for 10 each side. 1. 5, 5, 6. Make sure you breathe. 1 more each leg. And recover. All right. The next one I'm going to do is going to be a deadlift, okay? Now, you can do this with kettlebells. If you have a dumbbell, I would suggest, trying something that's, hopefully it has a flat bottom to it. And if it's not able to do it here on my carpet, but if I did have a good sturdy flat surface, like I have my water bottle here, you can take that dumbbell and sit it up on its side, which will give it a little more height, make it easier to grab. If not, you can do as I'm going to do, just lay it down on its side. Put the handle right between our ankles, get those feet shoulder width apart, and we're going to be going down, keeping our chest up, sitting back, grabbing our kettlebell, dumbbell, or water jug, standing up. Okay, we're going for 10. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Don't forget to go all the way up. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And relax. Shake it out. Next, we're going to do some standing calf raises. Okay, now again, I make the emphasis when we do this one, make a good clear footing here. We want to make sure when we go up on our toes that we don't let our ankles flare. Okay, we want to go straight up and straight back down. When you pick up your dumbbells, again, remember, protect your back, let your legs do the work. Here we go. And begin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And relax. All right. Now the next one, we're going to get those hamstrings involved, okay? We're going to do some RDLs. Now, I'm going to try to show this from the side view so that everybody can see body positioning. Again, with RDLs, it's a hamstring exercise. We're going to be bending at the waist. We want to make a couple things of importance here. Number one, keep that back nice and flat, okay? We don't want to round and arch our back. That's going to put a lot of stress on our lower back. Second, we don't want to lock our knees out and bend. Keep those knees just slightly unlocked. And as we go down, we should be feeling that hamstring muscle just kind of pulling tight. Don't go overextended too far. Don't go beyond the point that you can't get back up. Go to the point of comfort where you start to feel a stretch and then extend back up, okay? All right, here we go. With our dumbbells, we're going to start with those dumbbells right in front of us. See, our knees are just slightly unlocked. We're hinging at the waist, protecting that back, down, and up. Go nice and slow on the way down, going for 10. Here we go. Down, up, down, up. Two more. And relax. Great job. Here we go. All right, moving into get some of that core involved, okay? This next one, only gonna need one dumbbell for. Now, sometimes people at the gym will use a weight to do this. It's a core exercise. And I'll make an emphasis that the point of this exercise, the common mistake that I often see when people do this one, if they'll grab a weight plate and they'll probably grab two is the big problem. And they're just kind of reaching side to side. And we don't want to do that because when you have that weight on both sides, you're effectively kind of canceling out the core work on the other side. So what I like to do is just using one weight, okay, going to use gravity as our counterbalance here, that we're going to crunch the opposite core, the opposite side, kind of like we're drawing that shoulder at 45-degree angle towards that hip. And we're going to be doing a standing crunch. So I like to start feet, decent base. You don't want to get too wide. You get out here and the weight kind of sits on your leg and you don't really get to engage your core. So I say just a little bit under shoulder width, almost about hip width apart. Sitting nice and tall, pulling that tummy in, deep breath, and crunch. 45 degrees. 2 more. 9, 10. Switching sides, arm up, and begin. 45 degrees. One more, and 10. All right. All right, so that was our obliques, okay? Doing a little bit of an oblique side crunch there. This next one, I'm going to use a chair. If you have a countertop that you can place upon and give you a little bit more balance. The goal here with this row exercise we're going to do, single arm row. If you have, some lighter dumbbells, you can start with that. If you have any kind of shoulder tightness or rotator cuff issues, you don't want to overexert on this one. The goal with this exercise is to really get the side lat muscles, to get that back big muscle of the trap engaged. Unfortunately, a lot of people have a tendency to overactivate some of the rotator cuff muscles when they do this exercise. And that's often the case when they go too heavy with the weight. It's just a natural tendency to want to pull more with the bicep and the rotator cuff versus using the big side lat muscles and the big trap muscles. So try to get our upper torso as flat as possible. If you have a little bit higher angle, you don't want to get your head below your torso. You want to keep it elevated. But I like to go nice and wide with my feet, somewhere around shoulder width apart, like I was doing a squat. Using that flat back technique again, not locking out the knees, keeping them just slightly bent so I can keep those leg muscles activated. Pull that tummy in, single arm rows. Okay, and we're going to pull this straight to the side of the chest, to the armpit. Here we go. Nice and controlled. All the way down. 7, 8, 9, last one, 10. All right, switching sides. And begin. Two more, 9, 10, and relax. All right. Now you might have felt if you were your first time doing that exercise, you might really feel that when you get that body horizontal and you're only using a single dumbbell, your core starts to activate, and that's what's going to help give you that stability. And so that's where having a single one-arm, one-sided exercise can really utilize and captivate the whole core to activate. All right, moving further up, we can get those traps nice and worked. Okay, you can do this one sitting down if you prefer. The dumbbells often get in the chair might get in the way of the dumbbells, so I like to do them standing up nice and tall, tummy tucked in, chest is up, deep breath, shoulder shrugs. Here we go, and begin. Eight, 9, 10, and relax. All right. I'm going to do this one sitting down. Now, unfortunately, my water bottles are not very, very good for doing shoulder press. But now we're going to move into some overhead shoulder press. And I've done this one quite a few times. Again, we want to make sure from the side view We want to keep that dumbbell in line with our ears. You don't want to get it too far forward or too far back. Keep it right off to our side. And as we extend up, we want to make sure, again, we stay in a straight line, weight, shoulder, and hips, okay? Don't want to get it too far out or too far back. That's going to put a lot of stress on our rotator cuff, and that's not what we want. So this is where I'm going to offer an individual choice. Now, some of you might want to take 2 dumbbells and do both at the same time. But my challenge to some of you is going to be a single arm overhead row. And so somewhat similar as we just did with the single arm crunches and as we did with the single arm row, we can use our hand on our hip to kind of give us some sort of stability. You can grab the chair if you'd like. We're going to try to do the same exercise with a single arm, okay? And again, the reason for this is it's going to activate this entire opposite side of our core in order to stabilize our torso, okay? So here we go, single arm. If you would like, you can follow along doing both at the same time, doing 2-arm overhead press. Here we go, deep breath, tummy in, and begin. Control that weight. 3 more. 8, 9. Last one. 10. And relax, switching sides. Roll that shoulder, deep breath, weight up, tummy in, and begin. And 10. Excellent job. All right. I like to roll those shoulders. Doing quite a few upper body shoulder complex exercises. They can get nice and tight. Roll that neck. All right. Going back to the beginning. Back to square one. Second round. Now the same thing applies with the lunges. Now I would suggest you certainly don't want to use the heaviest dumbbells. I'm going to ramp this next round up a little bit. We did some single arm stuff there to actively engage our core, threw off our balance just a little bit. With our lunges and dumbbells, they can sometimes already be very unstable. But if you're ready for it, you're welcome to try this next one. What we're going to do is we're going to take a dumbbell, just a single dumbbell, and we're going to use that as our source of instability. And we're going to do this next one a different way. Take that dumbbell, we're going to hold it nice and tight up against our chest, okay? Get our hands up underneath it, grab both ends. And when we do our lunges with this one, I want to, again, emphasize keeping our chest up. Because what we're going to do is, I'm going to show this from the side. We're going to lunge out and press up, okay? Back down and then press all the way back to standing position, all right? You can do this in a 2-part, just like I showed there. So you would do the lunge first, press, back down, and then press back. Or you can go all at once. Now, emphasis must be placed on slowing down. Do not get ahead of yourself. Don't go too quickly. If you try to do both the press and the lunge at the same time, you really want to slow it down. Control the weight, okay? Control the weight, or the weight will control you. All right, here we go. Dumbbell up, chest up, belly in, deep breath, and begin. If at any point you start to get fatigued, your shoulders start to wear out, you can just put the dumbbell down. Or you can just keep it here at your chest. It's up to you. 7, 8, 9, and 10. Great job. All right. Going back to those, you can call them kettlebell squats. You can call them deadlifts. Very, very similar. Technically, a squat, you would think about the weight being a little bit higher. Deadlifts, weight stays a little bit lower. But another one of those exercises that you can use the name interchangeably. Use that dumbbell right between the heels, feet, shoulder width apart, chest up, tummy tucked, reaching down. Remember, sit that butt back, get those hips engaged, protect that lower back. Here we go. And 1. 8, 2 more, 9, and 10. Great job. Going into the calf raises. All right, here we go. Get those feet up underneath us, about hip width apart. Chest up, tummy in, deep breath, and begin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Last one. 10. And recover. All right. Moving into those RDLs. Thought my dumbbell was sliding off the chair there. Deep breath. Remember, hips sitting back just a little bit. Protect that lower back. Unlock the knees. Deep breath, tummy in. And begin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2 more. 9. And 10. All right. There we go. Single arm standing crunches. Again, tummy in, feet about hip width apart. You can go shoulder width if you prefer, but keep them kind of close here if you can. Chest up, tummy in, and begin. Last one. 10. There we go. Switching sides. Weight beside us, chest up, tummy in, and begin. 2 more. And relax. Great job. All right. Next, moving back into those single arm rows, okay? Again, protect your lower back. Using that chair or that countertop, edge of your sofa, feet shoulder width apart, knees bent just slightly, and begin. Last one. And relax. Switching sides. Deep breath. 2 more. Last one. 10. And relax. All right. Coming back to shoulder shrugs. Again, like I said, you can do this one sitting down, but depends on how wide your chair is. If you can really emphasize the shoulder shrug without the chair getting in the way. I prefer to do this one standing, personally. Chest is up, tummy in, shoulder shrugs, and begin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, last one, 10, and relax. All right. Last one, single arm shoulder press. Deep breath, tummy in, and begin. Two more. There we go. Switching sides. Deep breath and begin. Two more. And 10. All right. Whew. Those single arm rows really get those traps burning. All right, let's stretch it out. Straighten that front leg, sitting towards that front of the chair. Use the hand to help guide you down, protect that lower back. Reaching across with the opposite hand. Stretch that hamstring. I've got really long arms, so I use my other hand on the floor to help protect my lower back. And relax. Deep breath, switching sides, up and across. And relax. All right. If you can, we're gonna do the piriformis stretch, gonna cross our leg if you're able to do this one. Otherwise, you can just grab your knee and pull it up towards your chest. If you're able to though, I'd like you to try to flatten that foreleg out just a little bit. Grab down by the ankle and the knee and pull them both towards your chest. You'll see what I'll do with my other leg is I kind of go up on my tippy toe to help give me a little extra push. Kind of lean your chest forward in towards that front leg. And relax. Switching sides. Leg up, deep breath, and begin. And relax. All right, hip flexors. Sitting on that one side over here on the chair. Reach that toe back and just hinge it back. Get that knee back behind that hip. Sit that chest straight up. And relax. Switching sides. My water bottle in the way. Reach the toe back. Hinge it back. Chest is up. And relax. All right. Reach it across. Arm is up. Stretch those lats and obliques out. And relax. Other side. And relax. All right, we're gonna stretch that spine out, okay? A lot of single arm stuff, like I said, engages our core. And we gotta remember, our core is much, much more than just that front rectus abdominis muscles or just the obliques. Remember, it's everything all down the back, okay? Everything from armpits to hips, all the way around the trunk. So we're gonna stretch that thoracic spine out. This is one you can do on the floor. You've seen me do it before, where you kind of cross your leg over, kind of rotate. I'm just going to do this one sitting in my chair, okay? Just twist the upper trunk. If you want, you can cross your leg. I prefer sitting in a chair not to cross my leg. Relax. Other side. And relax. Last two. Get those shoulders nice and stretched out. Cross the arm over. Pull it towards you. And relax. Other arm. And relax. Last one. I'm going to roll your neck. Take your time. Stretch all the way around. And reverse. And relax. All right. Great job, everyone. Open it up for any questions that you might have.